Hey everyone, this is Groton Bones here. Hope you're all doing well today. Got another nurse video for you, of course. And by the way, these aren't like videos where I'm trying to teach people how to play nurse. This is mainly for me to analyze my own play and just kind of document my improvements and learn from what I could have done better in games. So anyway, we spawn in at Blood Lodge here, Autohaven Wreckers. A good map for nurse. Actually a good map. We actually we had two offerings. One was for Dusty News, which is Grave of Glendale, and also one was an Autohaven, and we ended up at Autohaven. But yeah, so I'm kind of walking for a bit just to see if I can spot anyone, because it's quite easy to spot people without having to blink. And you can see we spotted two people here, both hiding around the same pallet. So we get a tag on this Cheryl here around the pallet. This chase actually at the start was really terrible. Like I could have just gone for the hit after the first blink. But what happens there, the reason why I don't is because I didn't think I'd land on her, for whatever reason, and then I end up holding the right mouse button, and I should have just swung my weapon there, but didn't, you know. Again, another mistake. Again, I think sometimes things happen really quickly. I thought I saw her in the corner here, but I don't know what I saw. She actually vaulted into me there. She's doing some really bad things, but at the same time, I'm molding here, and I'm also playing badly. For this little chase here, it didn't go too well. And they've got a gen done because this chase has been terrible. But this is kind of on me. Just a terrible chase at the start. I had two opportunities earlier on where I could have downed this Cheryl very, very easily, but I just pressed the wrong button twice in a row, and that's what happens. There's a thing with nurse. If you press the right mouse button to the left to attack, you have kind of effed yourself a little bit. But we get a hook before the corrupt has ended, at least. And yeah, now we're going to try and find a few other people. So I believe there's a Cheryl, a Claudette, a David and an Ace in this match. The Claudette, here we get a tag on pretty quickly. The Claudette, generally in this game, I didn't feel like chases were too difficult. She went down pretty quickly there. And note that she didn't use a dead hard or anything. So normally you'd be like, okay, they don't use dead hard, so in the future I'm going to take that into account and be like, yeah, this person doesn't have dead hard. But the Claudette actually does have dead hard. Spoiler alert. She does have dead hard. Sometimes people don't expect your attacks to hit so quickly, and sometimes they do use dead hard but they get exhausted on the ground, which happens to me a lot as a survivor. I know that happens with dead hard, but at the end of the day, you can use dead hard in different ways. Dead hard, the best way to use dead hard really is to get yourself distance to get to a pallet. But versus nurse, dead hard is actually just useful to avoid an attack. It's the most useful thing on specifically nurse, just to avoid an attack. So we get a tag on the David here, and so he went forward around this truck. Yeah, because when you avoid an attack with dead hard with nurse, you then has to fatigue, and then you can get distance, and then try and block line of sight. So he has dead hard as well. And I think a couple of occasions in this game, David misses his dead hard. So like two people have it, but don't always get use out of it. So I think with nurse, I think sometimes our attacks when we play as nurse can take people by surprise a little bit. They don't expect them to happen so quickly. So that can be the reason why they miss their dead hard. Sometimes actually when I play Survivor, I actually forget I have dead hard. I'm like, oh yeah, I could have used it then, but didn't. So that can happen as well. Okay, so we got two people hooked. Well, we did have. I mean, the Claudette just throws the pallet. Again, you don't want to do this sort of thing versus nurse. It makes it really easy to get tags on people when you stand by a pallet and throw it, and then actually vault it as well. When people vault pallets back, you know, like throw a pallet and then vault it, it's a very easy hit. Camping pallets versus nurse is just, yeah, doesn't really work too well. Again, my blink got swallowed there. In these maps, by the way, these new Autohaven maps, I still need to train myself a little bit to get used to how wide the hitboxes are for some of these objects. I need to hold my blink a little bit longer. He has dead hard there, actually, the Ace. I believe the only person who doesn't have dead hard is the Cheryl. So we did get a down on the Ace, even though he threw the pallet. Got the hit quick enough. So yeah, David, Ace, and the Claudette have dead hard. but it actually doesn't pose too much of a problem in this video. Normally when like 3 people or 2 or 3 people have dead hard, it can be a bit of an issue. Again, there's 2 of them around this pallet. They need to split up and get away. The Claudette just kind of spun on the spot there. Wasn't good for her. Easy hit. And I hit her there. As you can see, she didn't use the dead hard there. She didn't use the dead hard. I know that she didn't earlier, but I swear there's a point in this game where she dead hards me. I really think I just take her by surprise. Okay. So someone's just got off a hook, I believe, and then we put the Claudette on. I'm trying to find various people to chase. I guess we'll just hit this with a pop because we got it. That gen's just been completed on the other side. Someone was working on the gen in that meantime, so at least they have someone who was, you know, doing something to progress the game for them. That's the main thing as a survivor. If one of you is always on a gen, so he dead hards there. I landed actually quite far behind him and he still dead harded. He probably, I'm guessing this David hasn't played versus that many nurses, because I blinked twice, I landed way behind him, and then he did a really late dead hard. Because if you play against enough nurses, you know that we have 2 blinks as standard, and that you know, you don't need to dead hard if I land way behind you. Or maybe he just panicked. I thought his scratch mark stopped and he went back, but I couldn't find him. And I saw this generator obviously lighting up. I went to the left, hoping that they'd get off the generator and run to the left, or try and, you know, try and avoid my hit. Because usually, as a nurse, your instinct is to blink right to the generator, and they obviously think that too. So if you can, like, if there's an LT wall with a generator in the middle of it, often you can blink to where the window is on say, the T wall or something, or the L wall, and catch people out when they vault through it to avoid you. That was a nice second blink there to get this ace in this house. It can actually be difficult to get some of the blinks to land correctly in some of those houses and whatnot. So there are some good moments, like that was a good moment, I believe, that blink there. But yeah, I mean, some of the tyres and some of these cars and things, you got to blink a little bit longer, I think, than I would feel I would need to over the time. The hitboxes are quite wide. At least it feels like that. So I did see scratch marks, but I guess we're going to go back towards this this hook. Hope someone's along here. I think we found the Claudette. Yeah, we were looking for the Claudette there. Eventually see her. I could have just gone for the swing there. Actually didn't mean to hit the ace. She doesn't have borrowed time. But I meant to hit the Claudette. See? She avoids us there. She didn't dead hard. I swear there's a dead hard from the Claudette. See? My blink got swallowed there. Yeah, there's a dead hard, see? 100% dead hard right there. So she does have it, but she hasn't used it yet. And that can be kind of annoying as a killer. Like, you prepare for them not having a certain perk. Yeah, I thought she was going to run to the right there and not stay on the pallet, but she didn't. So I kind of flicked to the right, but... So here's a situation where, you know, standing on a pallet, trying to camp it, hopping across from one side to another, panic vaulting, just does not really do much against a nurse, because obviously the nurse can just fly across it without a thought in the world. Which does make nurse strong. Against loops. And I think there's a Claudette hiding there, kind of crouching down here. Easy tag. She's on the floor. I think I just go for the hook here. We've already got someone on hook, 2 injured. And there's a hook right by here, so I think this is fine. I can see an ace here, I believe. Is this the ace or the David? That's the David, actually. I thought my second blink was going further there. Again, that's another example of the hitboxes being a little bit wider than I expected. I think I tried to get up to the higher platform in his house, but guess I just didn't blink precisely enough. But then he hopped down, so the reason why I didn't blink there, by the way, straight away, is because I know that this David has dead hard, and he didn't use it there for whatever reason. So I was waiting for him to use his dead hard, and he didn't use it, and then because he didn't use it, it kind of like, it was like, now what do I do? My second blink kind of messed up because of that. Because I really expected him to use the perk that he has, right? Unless he was exhausted in some way, for some reason, but yeah, that's the reason why I didn't hit him. So he actually extended his chase by not using Dead Hard. How about that one? Okay, so we got the David on the floor. Yeah, that was a good little double back by the Cheryl there. Nice play by her. I was shaking there because of the fact that I tried to do a fatigue cancel on my second swing, on my second blink, which doesn't really work. I could have gone for the snowball here actually. There are 2 people injured, one's on the floor. But I end up kicking a gen. I mean, this could be a mistake. But by the time I pick this David up... Yeah, I kind of gave up on the person. Yeah, someone's already healed right now. So by the time I saw that person, someone just healed. So it doesn't make it too bad that I did this. Like, but if they're both injured and stay injured, then I can snowball from there. So this kind of could have been a little bit of a mistake, not going for the full snowball there. Not sure what you think. But yeah, I know someone's over here. You see some scratch marks, so it's just about following them really now. So they do lead past this little hut, which I guess this is the Blood Lodge, right? Get a nice little tag there. Down, I should say. Again, the ace has Dead Hard, right? And he didn't use it there. Kind of wondered, have these people been exhausted on the ground like 3 times in this match, or what? Because there's multiple examples of people I know who have Dead Hard who haven't used it. So I thought these people would be healing in the shack, but they made a massive error here. This is one thing you don't want to do, is go to a corner in a complete dead zone and try to heal. I can see them both behind trees. One's behind this tree, one's behind the tree in the far corner. And 2 trees next to each other. And they are quite thin trees, you know, it's not like I can't see them. So she doubles back there, but the second blink, you know, we just make it short enough that she doubles back again. You catch her. Yeah. She evades me for a little bit here. But then she just kind of holds the corner, and I come on the corner and don't even need to blink. So I'm going to hook her. And I already think we're quite far away from the David. Far enough for barbecue to prop. So okay, I hook her here. And yeah, we can see the guy on barbecue. We're far enough away for sure. But in the end, I do end up searching for the hatch with this guy. I'm already rank 1. If I pick up twice or once, I don't really care. It's not going to give me tons more points. It might mean that I double pip if I kill them all, but honestly, just not too bothered. I'm happy to just give someone else 5,000 points and still have a decent game, and you know, I've enjoyed myself. That's kind of the way I look at things. So, found the hatch here pretty quickly, and there you go. You can have the hatch. So yeah, that was a fun game. I made a few errors. The first chase with the Cheryl was really bad. An example of me, you know, pressing right click on the mouse button a couple of times when I didn't need to. But yeah, that happens sometimes. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, we could have double pipped there for sure, I guess, if we'd killed the David. Yeah, and until next time, guys, take care and have fun.